Hello YouTube, let's talk about the new Tusk Terrabite 32-inch tires and the brand new Tusk Teton Beadlock wheels. These wheels have only been out a few weeks and I picked up a set. I'm not a huge fan of beadlocks. They leak air, they're temperamental. I'm just not a big fan, but I really like the looks of these. And my thought process is with beadlock wheels, if I do encounter like a pinch flat or something with the sidewall, I can easily pop the ring and then throw in a tube and continue on my way. So that was kind of my thought process there with going with beadlocks. Kind of going against my opinions and thoughts of before, but hey, it is what it is. But these are 14x7s, 5+2 spacing, and the steering feels pretty much stock with them. I mean, you can definitely feel the extra weight of the combo. These are 32-inch by 10 by 14-inch tires. Again, these are Tusk Terrabites. Both of these are available from Rocky Mountain ATV. It's kind of like their house brand. And so far so good. This is the maiden voyage, so to speak, of these tires for me. So basically on this machine, I'm comparing against the Bighorns. And they've been working pretty well. In two-wheel drive, you can definitely steer with the throttle a lot better with these tires versus the Bighorns. Our conditions here, as you notice, we still have some snow. And right off the bat, these suck in the snow. But they're not really designed for it, so I'm not really gonna go out of my way and elaborate on that, but it's kind of loose conditions here. I wouldn't really call it sand, and it isn't really gravel up here. This is Green Mountain is that way, and Diamond Peak is that way, and Wyoming is back that way about 14 miles. This is the Pratt Creek and Green Mountain Trail system over here. 182 and 315. Back to the tires and wheels. So they have a pretty good tread pattern. These will basically be my summer tires, mainly for gravel, dirt, and rock crawling. These should work really well. They're basically as my, I don't know how I'd say it. Basically, it's like a Canadi mongrel in the middle, and then they're emulating the Crawler XG on the sidewall, is what they're copying. So you kind of have a Crawler XG, and then the Canadi mongrel. It's kind of like a rounded profile. It's not flat like a Crawler. And that was kind of what I was going between. It was either a Crawler XG from Procomp or these Tusk Terrabites, and I went ahead and went with the Tusk Terrabites. Somewhat on the price, they're about $60 a tire cheaper than the Procomps. But they've had excellent reviews that I've seen so far, both on the RZR guys and also the Maverick guys. Really like these tires. So we'll see. I thought I got a good deal. The beadlocks are running about $99 each, I believe. These are the gunmetal gray versions. They had three: machine, gunmetal, and then kind of like a bronze looking color. But so this is the walk around, so to speak, and then I'll include some onboard footage. But they've been gripping really well up here. Again, these conditions, you know, you can steer with the throttle a lot easier with these tires versus the Bighorns. They ride rougher than the Bighorns. And I do have 15 PSI in them right now, so I'm probably gonna knock it down to 12 or 10 and then try it out. But right now they're at 15 PSI and they're holding pressure. I've had them for about 2 weeks now. So just sitting around, they're holding pressure, which is good to know. So now let's include some onboard footage of these tires up here at Green Mountain and Pratt Creek. Here we go. So here we are on board with the new Tusk Terrabite tires and Tusk Teton Beadlock wheels. They feel really good. Like I said, I'm at 15 PSI. I'm thinking I'm going to knock it down to 12 and then maybe knock it down to 10 to see how the comfort level is. Steering feel, you know, still feels the same, especially with the 5+2 wheel spacing. There isn't as much feedback as the 4+3, which is more common these days. But 5+2 is becoming more and more options available as more people discover that the 4+3 really doesn't work very well with the steering. But like I said, the steering, you can steer with the throttle a lot easier with these tires versus the Bighorns. I do feel the Bighorns rode smoother, and the Bighorns are far superior in the snow and in the mud. And the mud today has been kind of soupy, and you can definitely feel a lot more wheel spin with these tires versus the Bighorns. And the little bit of snow that I've had to encounter today, the Bighorns definitely perform a lot better in the snow than these. But it wasn't my intention to use these in the snow, and they're really not designed for it. But the turn-in and the steering with the throttle is a lot more predictable and a lot better with these tires. Now, my previous experience, I've had dirt commanders before, and those are excellent for rock crawling and gravel, but they ride like tractor tires. Being bias ply, you kind of have flat spots that have been sitting in the garage for a little bit, and yeah, they're not very smooth. And I'd say the steering was kind of unpredictable. In conditions that you think they'd hook up or you think they would slide, they didn't. You know, it was like 50-50. You didn't know what you were getting. And then I also had the GMC Kahunas, which I really, really like those tires. However, my one major complaint about the GMC Kahunas is that they only come in a 30-inch. Well, that's the maximum size, is 30-inch. And they only measure like 29, not quite 29 inches. Maybe like 28.9, you know. But, you know, they're over an inch off of the sidewall height. And it's like, I really like those tires though. I did encounter one pinch flat with the Kahunas, but I was running way low PSI. I was running like 9 PSI, I believe, and got a pinch flat. So then I bumped it up and I never had a problem again. That was only one time. I had like, geez, 2,500, maybe almost 3,000 miles on a set of tires. And they're just starting to show signs of wearing, so you can't beat that. I've heard good things about the wear on these tires. The Bighorns are wearing pretty fast. The rear tires are damn near blowing out on 600 miles. I think aesthetically speaking, I think it looks better to have bigger tires in the back than in the front. I think it looks better. Having 10-inch tires on the front and the rear kind of makes the rears look like pizza slicers. And the Tusk Terrabites, they seem to run a little bit narrower than your typical 10-inch tire. So you definitely get that visual effect a lot more drastically with Tusk Terrabites than you do with other tires. As for weights, I don't have a cheat sheet with me, but I think the fronts were 38 pounds. The OEM were 38 pounds. So the bighorns with stock wheels, and those are 29.914s are stock. The rears were 45 pounds. Those are 29.1114s. And then these are 56 pounds. So 32-inch tire, 14-inch by 7 rim, beadlock rim, was 56 pounds for the set. So you're running a little bit more weight, but it's not too bad for a 32-inch tire. But I like them so far. I'll play with the PSI and dial them in. But so far so good. The main rock crawling trails will open June 15th. So that'd be like Kelly Flats and Moody Hill. And then we can see how they do on rock crawling. And then the main stream crossings like Coney Flats and St. Vrain. We'll see how they do there. I'm sure they won't be a problem. These are pretty similar to the Kahunas, and the Kahunas did excellent. So mainly it just comes down to how long will they wear, and what's the comfort level I can achieve with the PSI, and hopefully not get pinch flats. But there you go. That's an initial review. And this is probably one of the first reviews of the Tusk Teton Beadlock wheels on YouTube. This has been Bullet Outdoors. Peace!